Hello everyone, I'm Jim with Works IRL channel, and this is my very first time going live here on my YouTube channel, which I started back in 2018. So this is very new to me, and if anybody shows up and you start to send me texts or anything like that, or any kind of a chat, please bear with me, because I am terrible even watching someone's live and looking at their chats. And so I'm just gonna hang here for just a minute and see if anybody joins. I'm not sure if this will even get out properly through my Wi-Fi here in the garage, but I just thought I'd give it a shot and see. Please forgive my appearance, if you will. It's an unusually hot day here in Michigan, and we're, I think, like a good chunk of the country under this heat dome, I think they're calling it, and we're getting I didn't check and look exactly where it's at. All I know is I was hearing that we're going to be feeling like we're over 100 degrees, or getting up into the like even mid hundreds, or even 110 or something, feels like, because the humidity is going to be so high. So anyway, I'm just giving this a shot and see what happens. Again, just trying to look and see if anybody even is inside. They're probably out enjoying the water, enjoying the first day of summer. Well, actually yesterday was, I guess, and I wouldn't blame everybody to be out there. So if I see one person show up, I forgive me if I'm supposed to do something to even say hello to you, but I'm looking on my phone here, and though I've worked in computers and electronics my entire life, I'm not someone that's gonna exactly know what I'm supposed to do here. So anyway, I was going to show off my Jeep and just see how this live works here on YouTube. And so I guess this will be recorded for later if anyone wants to watch it. And one thing I was going to point out was, this is my 2006 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and it's an LJ, as they call them. And I'm not sure here. Let me turn this around. Might be a little easier. Maybe I can see it is a 2006 Jeep Unlimited. It's the Wrangler, so it's slightly longer than a TJ. And these are somewhat of, especially the Rubicon, they kind of call them unicorns nowadays, because they're fairly rare. They didn't really make, I want to say, only about 12,000 of them or so. I've got to check my numbers on that again, but the Rubicon is obviously the one with the 4-to-1 rock calling ratio for the transfer case. It's geared very low, and frankly, it's really well suited for rock climbing, but not so great for dunes, which is where what I generally take it out on. And so actually you can see there's my 2005 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited as well. It's in a little poor shape at the moment, which I won't name names, but I will say a family member, oh, what the heck, I'm just going to say my son took it to college. He used it as his high school vehicle, and he was very lucky to have it. And so it is now in a state, though, that he took it to college. I told him I had put a 3-inch BDS lift on. I had 35-inch tires. He was going to take it to the next level, and I told him, you go to the next level and you're talking, thousands of dollars more. And so unfortunately he went crazy on it, actually started cutting it up unbeknownst to me, and never did finish it up. And he brought it back to from college on a trailer. So anyway, so be it. And actually what I've done today here is, on my Wrangler, if I can get in without falling over without this here, let me flip this around. Again, my apologies, I'm learning this live. This is all new to me. And if you are texting, I'm sorry if I'm not seeing you here. Oh, hi, I see Elizabeth from Denver, I think. Oh, Elizabeth, I see. Hello, nice to have you. And forgive me again, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. You may be the only person here, Elizabeth. It looks like we had some, and now they've left. So you're my only guest at the moment, so thanks for joining. And if you're interested in Jeeps, I don't know, but this is just, again, for me to get a chance to try this live on YouTube. I keep hearing about it and thought I'd give it a shot. Again, I'm not sure if the Wi-Fi is even working very well here. So what I've done here, and again, I think I said earlier in my video, I'm sorry for my appearance. It's really, really warm. We're under the, I think, good part of the country is under this heat dome, and we're getting like 100 some degree, feels like 100 degrees, and the humidity's horrible. Even in the shade of the garage here, it's really bad. But I set out to fix on these Jeep TJs and LJs. I'm not sure if on the JKs, if it's true or not, but they have a notorious problem where I'll switch it around, where on the air conditioning controls, the fan might only work on certain positions, and right now it only works on the high. It's been like that for years for me. I just have not taken the time to fix it. Just life in general has just gotten over everything that I do, and I'm just trying to keep up on life. And anyway, so let's see. Well, that's great. I'm gonna go ahead and just see if this worked out. Actually, what I did is I put a new resistor in for the blower motor, and I'm hoping that it's gonna have done the trick of fixing that. So I thought I'd give it a shot and start it up here, and let's see what we get. I'll fire it up. This is a manual. It's a 6-speed. And make sure I don't pop it into gear and go through the end of the garage. That'd be a great live video. All right, let's put the air on. All right, getting some good air conditioning there. But this is the way it's been with the high settings. So we'll now find if it even works. Well, oh, great. All right, there's the second from high. There's the second lowest. And low. I'm still getting some air, nice low speed. All right, so that did the trick. Yep, because I have not been able to I've only had to use the heat in the winter at full blast, and it was completely dead on all the other settings, which can either cook you, or in the winter or in the summer here, it would freeze you. So generally with a Jeep, you're not going to be using the air conditioning very often, as you might imagine. Let me turn this off here. All right, I'm glad that's working. So all right, again, make sure I'm not, all right, so we're here, got parking brake on. Yep, let me go back. So anyway, this is, that's good news. I'm glad to see that that's working. It was kind of a pain. It's funny how, I don't know if you've worked on any vehicles yourself, but it seems like the things you think are going to be the easiest end up being the hardest for some reason. It just seems like classic Murphy's Law. Thought I'd run out here and maybe spend 15 minutes, and it ended up being, quite a task, because trying to dig into there, this is where you're going, that resistor is down inside here, and it's just the way the cables are, the way the dashboard is set up, it is just such a way that you can't quite get in there very easily. And so I just determined I was gonna just get it done, though, because yes, with the soft top, you're going to take it off, but there are times where you just have to either get to work and not be completely windblown, or you got to go to a doctor appointment or something and you don't want to be completely windblown. So there are times it's nice to have the air conditioning, even in a Wrangler with a soft top. This baby's getting pretty old, but I'm trying to keep her going. She's actually spent a lot of time in the garage, and mainly just she's had some issues, and then I finally started working on it recently. I thought I'd also point out one thing that was kind of interesting was, let me show you here. In case you're ever looking for aftermarket wheels, these are Method wheels. They're a good quality aftermarket wheel. But here's something that maybe you don't think about. You can see the water collects in this rim right here, right in this depression. And granted, you get any kind of offset or back spacing that's out, makes the wheels stand out a little bit more, you're going to have this deep set in wheel. But I just think it's something to consider when you're looking for aftermarket wheels. You might want to look at something like a wheel that's got either something that's not like a channel that collects the water, because even morning dew will collect in there. And I think it's one of those things that you just don't think about until all of a sudden you live with it. And then in the wintertime here in Michigan, it'll obviously freeze up, and it's just very awkward. So I think it's nice if you got a little bit of if they designed it with a little bit of a slope, either one way or the other, or maybe even have some channels or something to release water. But it seems like a different design might be better. Like here's the original. Now these are very small, but these are the original wheels from the 2000. Well, actually, this is from these are the original yellow Jeep 2006 tires and wheels. And there's nowhere for the water to collect. Now, granted, the back spacing and the offset, whatever, doesn't have them as set out as much, but nonetheless, it is I think a better design. And I've seen other aftermarket wheels that I think don't have that problem. So anyway, it's something to consider if you're interested. The resistor on that Jeep, there's the old one, and that's what I took out, and it's really just a matter of just taking the glove box out. And of course this foam is deteriorating because it's just so old, so that kind of gets all over the place, but I'll vacuum all that up. But yeah, that resistor, that resistor is way down in here. Can't even show you well with this camera or this phone, but it's like in such a place that you really can't see. You have to like just take the door slash catch off a little bit, and so you can kind of peek through that little spot while you're working, and just made for a real challenge. I didn't think it'd be such a big deal. I know people have complained about doing those things, but anyway, this was again just my first chance doing a live, and appreciate anybody that showed up. And I'll go ahead and I think I'll just end it here. I'm not sure if anyone's made any comments. It's had some people come and go. That's fine. But anyway, thanks for showing. I'll maybe try this a little more formally next time. And just a very hot day here today. I hope it's a little cooler for you, or if you're staying inside, keeping the air conditioning going, good for you. That's the way to go. I think I might just even try to do some indoor stuff at the moment. This is pretty darn hot and sweaty today, so it's only getting worse by the minute. And I think I'm just going to put everything back together here on the Jeep. Not much there, except just try to clean it up a little bit. And who knows, maybe this evening I'll actually get the top down and go out with my wife for a ride with the top off. And it's been a while, so kind of glad and eager to get this back outside and on the trails, and hopefully it kind of bring that part of my life back. So thanks again for showing up, and I'll try again some other time. Take care. Have a good rest of your afternoon.